Hi everybody, my name is Jessica. I am one of the coaches that are hosting the group today. I am a mom of three. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I just do Beachbody full-time. I wanted to give my quick testimony of my experience with Shakeology. It's kind of like, it's kind of like important to me. It's the reason why I probably will drink it for the rest of my life. I have both of my grandparents on it, both of my grandmothers on it. Usually when I talk about Shakeology, I kind of give this story. So I just wanted to share with you really quickly. Just a little background. While I was pregnant with my second pregnancy, third daughter, I lost my job. I was trying to work out because I wasn't comfortable with myself. I started doing Beachbody programs because a friend told me about it. And I got into some challenge groups and noticed that everybody was drinking Shakeology. So I wanted to give it a try. And when I decided to start coaching, I decided to start drinking Shakeology. So I didn't do much research on it. I kind of was just like, I'm pretty much like a go with the flow type person. So I was like, oh, it tastes really good. Let me just try it. Everybody was saying how healthy it was for you, but I just was kind of taking everybody's word for it. At that time, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, and he raised me. My grandparents raised me, so it was like a really tough time. I was basically taking care of him. They didn't have a car, so I was back and forth to chemo, to all his doctor's appointments. Anytime he got sick, stayed with him in the hospital. So when he was done with his chemo, he had gotten rid of the cancer in his bladder, and he was done with chemo. They were going to put him on radiation. The doctor had mentioned that he was losing weight so fast that he should be on some type of, if he can't eat, to be on some type of shake. So that went off in my head. I was learning about Shakeology while I was drinking it, how many vitamins it had in it and how many nutrients it had in it. So I just started to do my research before bringing the bag to the doctor. So I watched videos of people that were going through chemotherapy and that were drinking Shakeology, and it was helping them, obviously not wanting to lose weight, but to maintain weight. So they would drink it just as, not like as a meal, but just as a snack throughout the day. And they would add a lot of things in it so that they weren't losing the weight, just so that they were keeping up with their weight. As I was doing research and the doctor had gave me a list of things that he should be eating, there was about 7 or 8 of the things that were on the list that are supposed to be natural foods that fight cancer, which we don't know where cancer comes from. We don't know really how to fight it besides the chemo and the radiation, but there were just natural things that they said to try, natural foods. So as I was doing my research on Shakeology, there was about, I want to say 7 or 8 of the things on that list that the doctor gave me that were also in Shakeology. So here I have my grandfather that's hardly eating. I knew I wasn't going to get any of those things into his body any other way. He wasn't going to eat those 8 different ingredients. And I wish I still had them written down, but I gave the bag to his doctor, and because obviously I needed to make sure that he can drink that, and the doctor said that's fine. So we had him on the Shakeology. My grandfather did pass away. Obviously I'm not saying Shakeology cures cancer or anything like that, but they didn't know that it had transferred to his brain. He did live a while having the cancer and not doing chemotherapy and radiation. My grandfather's a very, very, very stubborn man. So he, after he was done with chemo and radiation, he just thought that everything was okay. he stopped going to doctor's appointments. He didn't check on himself. He just thought that things were better. So, he wasn't taking care of himself after that. So my grandmother just started drinking the shakes, and he would have one here and there, but he wasn't taking it every single day. So about in February, when we found out, he stopped talking and stuff, and we found out that the cancer had moved to his brain and that was causing him not to speak. I didn't know at first what was going on. Like the first day that he just stopped talking and stuff, I had text one of my friends that are a nurse and was just like, oh, he's not talking. I'm trying to make an appointment for his doctor. And my friend said, you know what, sometimes people have low potassium and that causes them to, whatever he was doing or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, he already has low potassium. So I'm going to just give him the shakes and just throw some bananas in there. So while I was waiting for the appointment, which was like about 3 days later, we're giving him the shakes every day, giving him those shakes. And it actually helped, like, I guess getting all those vitamins into his body. It helped. He wasn't talking, but he was getting up. He was acknowledging that we were there, because he wasn't doing that before. And then finally, we got him to we didn't want to wait for the doctor's appointment. We got him to the hospital, and then we found out that the cancer had traveled to his brain, and his tumors were so big that they were pressing against, things that would cause him not to talk. So for the 2 weeks that he was in the hospital before he passed away, I want to say it was like about 15 days, they were going to try to do a little bit of chemotherapy to make the tumors go down to see if he would start talking, but it wasn't working. They did it for about 3 days and then just gave up and were like, nothing's gonna happen. So we weren't allowed to give him stuff from outside to eat because he was only supposed to be on liquid, but I brought in the Shakeology for him to drink. And for those 2 weeks, every day we were giving him the Shakeology. The last maybe like 4 days before he actually passed away, he was able to tell me that he loved me. So I know that, that could just have been him fighting to get it out or, whatever. But, for me, I just felt like those drinks were helping him getting all those vitamins in, even though the doctors were saying that, he wasn't going to be able to talk and nothing was going to help him. I was feeling like that helped him, because it helped him get around those couple of days that we started to give it to him. Those vitamins were helping him. His body needed it. So, I made my grandmother get on it and drink it religiously every single day. My other grandmother that's has a few issues, I just made her get on it. I will be drinking it. Sometimes my kids drink it. It's hard to get those vitamin and nutrients into your body. So I don't know if Shakeology had anything to do with it, but for me it did. I hold that so close to my heart, and it just felt so good for him to tell me that he loved me when the doctors told me that he wasn't going to talk. I can see like little improvements, in just what he was doing from drinking the shakes instead of just eating what the doctors were giving him. So, that's my own testimony towards Shakeology. That's, it has nothing to do with healing cancer. That's not what it's there for. Like I said, he passed away. But I feel like it helps. I feel like his body needed that, and I feel like everybody's body needs those vitamins and nutrients. And if you can't get it from what you eat, and you have a shake that is giving them to you, try it. Nothing can come bad out of that. So that was just my testimony. I didn't mean to keep you guys here for so long, but that's why I hold it so close to me. That's why I will continue to drink it. So I hope you guys try it out and get a good experience from it. Thanks. Bye.